Our model is really starting to come to life, but what will really help it are textures. I've included 2 textures in your download exercise file folder. So hop back over to that and you're going to find an oak flooring texture and a paint color, which we will use in a couple of lessons. First, we're going to import the flooring texture. And the reason we're hopping straight to importing a texture is that if you've ever checked out SketchUp's pack of textures, if I hit B for bucket, click on the brick here, and then I use the drop down, you can see that for example, the wood textures are pretty limited and they are not going to be quite what we need as designers. We need something more robust and they're a little bit pixelated as well. So I largely ignore these. I use a couple of textures like the glass or, a couple here and there, but overall, I like to import my own textures. So we're going to skip right over that panel and head straight to importing a custom texture. You can find information about where to find these textures or where to create these textures in the notes right below this video. There's a couple of really great resources that are mostly free. All right, so to import a texture, before we do that, we need to double click into the group that we'd like to apply the texture to. That's going to be the floor area here. So grab your select tool and then double click so that all of your furniture is grayed out. You see the dashed line here, and we have access to this floor face. Next, you'll go to File, Import, and look for that oak floor texture. So it's going to be oakfloor.jpg, JPEG, and then before you hit import, pause here and make sure that you are using it as a texture. First, you can see my format is all supported types, which allows me to select the JPEG. If yours is one of these other ones, you can see this all becomes grayed out. So we want to make sure it does say all supported types so that we can have access to these. I select oak floor, and then I need to make sure that use as texture is selected because we would like this image to repeat and tile. That makes it a texture and it goes across the entire face that we're selecting. All right, so use as image and then hit import. Now we want to hit the floor face and not the wall because the wall, we don't want to put it on the wall. We want to put it on the floor here. So that first click release chooses the face that we are applying it to. So you can go anywhere on the floor. Just try not to go up against the wall here because it may send it straight upward. So bring it away from the wall. Click release to choose the face. And then the second click release is going to choose the scale of this. And we're going to resize this in a moment, but I like to get the scale, just kind of a general guess, maybe like right about there. Click release. And that applies it to the entire face. If you're not getting this on the entire face and it's just showing up once with a blue bounding box, that means you brought it in as an image. So you want to head back to that import and make sure that you import it as a texture. All right, I'll click off of this and take a look. I'm happy with that. I think it looks pretty good for now, but I want to explain how to resize this and reposition this in the next lesson.